Hi, I am Mike Hill, and this is
Casey Harding.
And you are here for episode 2 of Social Security Strategies. We are Money Matters with Hill Financial Group right here in Midlothian, Texas. We're hoping that a lot of this hits home. We're going to try to make something as fun as Social Security exciting.
Thrilling.
But I mean, that's part of it. You're a financial planner for a reason. I'm getting the gray hair now, and I actually have to have readers. So that it comes with a little bit of experience you that are just squinting all the time, while I read.
Right.
But, we're going to continue. Last week we talked about what to do with spousal benefit, what you should do before you start Social Security. This week we kind of wanted to see, how do you do things with other income sources? What are some things that used to be in place that are no longer in place that I don't want you to do your plan?
And I'll throw a curveball in there for you. Is people my age, are we going to even have Social Security?
Yeah. Oh my God.
So we can talk about that and what I think about that.
Yeah, and so this is the thing I want to get across is a lot of people that watch this, you may have your own financial planner. We do this just to get information out. That's all it is. Because right now with Google, there's so many different sources. And we want to be local. We want to help people locally. But the thing that I would stress is that if you are not discussing your Social Security retirement or withdrawal plan with your financial planner or CPA, do it tomorrow if you're over 55 years old. That Social Security makes anywhere from 35 to 75%, sometimes 100, unfortunately, of your retirement income. It is the biggest source of income for most people during retirement. So it shouldn't be a 5-minute discussion, started at 66. It should be a lengthy discussion with scenarios drawn out in front of you. This is what happens if you take it here. This is what happens if you take it here. This is what happens if it takes it here. I cannot stress that enough. If you are not thinking about Social Security and you're over 50 years old, shame on you. Get after it. Okay, sorry, I didn't mean to come after you. So with that being said, there you go. I'm going to give you the softball.
No, that's great.
How do you coordinate Social Security with other income sources?
Yeah,
what are things to do and not do?
Absolutely. Well, I mean, this scenario, as you were talking, just came up with a current client. He just retired. We were originally planning and thinking, hey, you probably need to wait till take Social Security till 67, and make sure you're getting that at the maximum amount that you can get at full retirement age. And then originally he was thinking he might work that long, but he's like, you know what? I think I want to go ahead and retire early, and retire at 65. And so it was like, well, do we need to keep the plan in place and not take Social Security, or do we go ahead and take Social Security, benefits now? And we looked at the numbers, and it actually was better for him to go ahead and take Social Security at 65, because it means we're not taking as much from his other assets now, and it just kind of let that income keep growing that is in those other assets by going ahead and taking that Social Security benefit at 65. So these are the things that we have to have a conversation around and look at the numbers and go, when is it best? And so I think I said this in a previous, I really think that that's probably what we do best is do that planning, do that analysis, get that information from our clients and run the numbers and run the scenarios and do that side-by-side comparison and go, yeah, it actually is best. We thought it was this way, but now with this new, kind of thought or kind of new decision, it's actually going to be better to do this. And so we can make those pivots. And
that's part of the things that I like about us being a holistic financial planning firm is, quite frankly, we look at all of that, the income that to help you make the decision with Social Security, help you make the decision on Medicare, help you make your decision on should we convert to Roth, all the things that have nothing to do with investing. It's 100% income planning first.
Right.
The investment is second. Too many of our competitors focus on the investing first.
How much are you going to earn me?
How big is the engine that we're putting in the car? Well, if it's a Ford Festiva, we may not need a big, aggressive engine, for lack of a better.
Exactly.
It's just that's the thing. We always do this with our income plans. It's we can tell you how to invest based on what gaps we need to fill in with your income plan. If it's a little bit, we don't need to be super aggressive, but if it's a lot that we have to make up, maybe we're more aggressive than what we need to be. But it's either way, you can't build the car without having the blueprint first. And I think too many people worry about the car, for lack of a better word,
for sure,
than the plan first. Anyway, didn't mean to steal your thunder.
No, that's exactly right. I mean, we've got to know how much income are you going to have coming in from Social Security, or if there are a pension benefit. And then what are your expenses?
Are you married? Are you not married?
All of those things are important data inputs for us to build a good plan. And so we've got to know that income coming in. What's your lifestyle? How much are you spending? And what's that gap that we're going to need to fill from your other assets that Social Security benefits aren't meeting? And then once we know those numbers, then we can actually figure out, well, how should we invest this client?
Absolutely.
But there's some old strategies, Mike, that have kind of sunset.
I want to get everybody excited because this was, I will tell you, this is point blank the truth. I had more people tell me this is illegal, hug my neck, tell me, are you kidding me? Why aren't they talking about this? I mean, it was, I'm not going to lie to you. I had such a competitive advantage because I did the reading, I did the studying. People knew about it, but I don't think.
They just didn't know how to take advantage of it.
I'm gonna get hate mail from other financial advisors. I'm not trying to brag or anything, but like, this doesn't make you money as a financial. But to learn about Social Security, this isn't investing. This doesn't help you. But for me, it was like, I have so many clients that are retired. I want to know everything I can about income sources, et cetera. So there used to be and this ended during the Obama administration. There used to be something called file and suspend. Oh, this was fantastic. This was amazing. Like I said, I had people say there's no way this was legal. So the husband would file for Social Security. The wife would file for spousal benefits, okay? Her spousal benefit would be $1,500 a month. She's 62, especially when you had a 5 or 6 year gap in ages. It was great. So the wife would get spousal benefits. Suspend hers, and then when she turns 66, 67, even 70, she can now go to hers and get $3,000. So she was already getting benefits, and then when she turned 70, could switch over to hers. Well, they stopped that loophole. People finally started getting smart, and because it was a way for the husband to get $3,000, the wife to get $15,000. Basically, they're getting $4,500 a month Social Security. Puts her off. Now, when she's 70, she gets $3,000. It was like
qualifying hers.
And nobody knew about it. They did, but Social Security wasn't going to advertise it. You had to ask for this. You had to ask for the form. We had the form and everything ready for clients. And then when they suspended it, if you had it before, you still got it. But when they suspended it, when they canceled it, man, it was golden. You still get the spousal benefit. That is true. You still get the divorce benefit if you were married for 10 years, like we talked about last week. Doesn't matter if you're still married or not. You get the spousal benefit, but. What's possible under current rules are definitely you can still do the spousal benefit. They did just pass, we talked about this last week, the windfall provision. Now, as a teacher or people that had pensions through the state that maybe didn't put into Social Security, through the spousal benefit, you may still qualify for Social Security benefits, at least a raise if you're. Please look into this if you're a teacher. Please look into this if you're a railroad worker. I can't tell you enough. I've had so many teachers that didn't qualify for a spousal benefit, and now it may only be $200 to $300 a month, but hey, that's a gas bill.
Oh yeah, for sure.
So those are the things that definitely the widow benefit. If you have a husband that passed away and you're over the age of if you're 60. You can now collect his full retirement benefits. There's some things that were definitely changed, but the old file and suspend was nice. I'm not going to tell you. That was very good. But if you were not taking your full Social Security withdrawal strategies as the first, second, and third part of your retirement plan, then shame on you, because you need to get that down first. So Casey threw a curveball out there and said, "Oh, will Social Security be around?" When we're there. I'm really
I get
wanting
that
to hear
question
this.
a lot.
I want to hear this.
I mean, so I get.
Give me some facts. I
get
need
it.
all of them.
Well, I mean, it's just one of those things that I've thought about, like, for myself, and just any client that I have,
Well, we're putting in.
They're putting in. They're putting in. Absolutely, they see it coming out of their check. But they're certainly concerned. Like, do I need to even rely on Social Security? Well, what are your thoughts? What are you doing planning wise or around Social Security with people that are under 50? That's generally where the conversation kind of comes in. 50, 55. It kind of depends on where they're at age wise, but so what we do, or what I've said, is kind of, well, what do you think? I asked the client, like, do you think it's going to be around? No, I don't think it's going to be around. So I'm like, well, okay, well, then that means that the earnest is going to be on you to really save in your 401ks, in your IRAs, Roth IRAs. We really need to be on a savings, kind of mindset if you don't think it's going to be there. So that's kind of one. Two, when I'm doing the planning, I will generally run, okay, what if Congress or whoever figures it out what needs to happen to keep Social Security solvent? If they figure that out and we keep benefits the same as they are now, what does that look like? So that's scenario one. Okay, well, if we really don't think that's going to happen, and we think maybe Social Security benefits are going to be reduced by 50%. So I run a scenario. Okay, if this is what it would be if nothing changed, what's 50% of that? And then let's run the scenario. And how does that affect things? And how impactful would that be? And if they really don't want to rely on Social Security at all, I'll run not Social Security. What does that mean? How aggressive do I need to be in saving if they really want that? But generally, what I'm doing is going to do the first two. Is all right. If nothing changes, here's what Social Security benefits look like, and here's what your retirement picture would look like, and then let's look at what 50% of Social Security benefits would be, and what does that scenario look like? And they see that, and they're like, yeah, we're gonna count on the 50%, and just if we, if it happens to be that Social Security benefits don't change, then all the better. But we're gonna plan that we're gonna have 50% Social Security benefits for people that are under a certain age.
It would be nice if they would just let us put our Social Security index fund and be
Oh,
done with
yeah.
it. I don't know why they get to invest it for us. That's what I hate. It's
Yeah.
like, can we not treat Social Security like a 401k and be done with it?
Sure, I know. Yeah, there's so many things that could how to manage that particular coffer, if you will, of the U.S. budget.
Well, I mean, and my opinion is this, and I get that question all the time as well. Yes, okay, for every 3 workers working, you're paying for 1 retiree, as long as our population stays how it is.
Sure.
Which
we're going to have to start having more babies.
Population numbers have definitely trended down over the last 15 years. That's what happened to Japan. They have a huge population problem in an increasing age society. That's why their economy has been hurt for so long.
Yeah.
But I would definitely say that what they're going to do is they're going to do what they've done the last 3 times. They're going to raise the retirement age.
Yeah.
Okay. Instead of 67, it's going to be 68. Now it's 69. Eventually it's going to be 70.
Yeah.
Oh, and then they're going to just raise how much they take out of our taxes. They went from 6 to 8%. They may take 10% out for Social Security. I mean, it is what it is. They're going to kick the can down the road, but it's as long as people, and this younger generation is waiting longer to get married and longer to have kids. That's the scary thing for the people, the actuaries that are doing this. As people and baby boomers, that was the biggest population boom in the history of the United States. They're all turning 65.
Yeah.
And you have about half the numbers producing income for those Social Security.
For sure.
God forbid if we would have invested it 60 years ago or 50 years ago when they were working.
Yeah.
Trillions of dollars would have been available for Social Security. But I agree with you. They're just going to raise the retirement age.
Yeah.
Plan on half if that scares you so much. I love that suggestion.
So that's what we're doing. What are the common mistakes to avoid, Mike?
Claiming too early.
Yeah.
Without thinking that maybe you'll live long or how it affects your spouse if you die. Cannot stress that enough. When you die, your spouse gets your Social Security number, not hers. If you're getting 4,000 and she's only getting 2, she goes to yours. So it isn't how long you live, it's how long both of you live.
Correct. Yeah.
Not coordinating with other assets. What I mean by that is if I've got $1 million on my IRA, we've talked about this at 73, 74, depending on when you have to take it out, you're going to have a requirement of distribution. That's going to make your Social Security taxable. Maybe put off your Social Security as long as you can as we withdraw out of our IRA. So now we have Social Security. with maybe a Roth conversion plan, et cetera, that is tax-free. Not thinking about your Social Security being taxed. The number is $32,000 for 50%. $44,000 is what you can make as a married couple.
Yep.
Before you're over 44, who can live on that now?
Yeah.
And 85% of your Social Security is taxable. So every year you wait, your Social Security goes up by 8%. I look at that as an 8% tax-free increase, basically, if you put it in a nutshell. But long story short, I've said it at the beginning, I'm going to say it at the end. I'm not saying this because we are financial advisors, but it's no different than trying to, hey, I got a cut on my leg that's 5 inches deep. I'll just do the stitches myself. Okay,
Yeah.
I've read on Google how to do it. I saw a YouTube video. I'm not saying you can't do it, but it's probably not the best thing.
Yeah.
I would say the same thing with Social Security distribution strategies. If you're not sitting down with somebody that does this, I don't know, all day, every day, not just me and Casey, there's others out there.
For sure.
When you meet with somebody about your retirement plan, the first question out of your mouth should be, what do you do for Social Security distribution strategies?
Yep.
What do you do? If you don't have any, if they're looking at you like this, what did you say? Might not be the guy for you if you're retiring. I'm just saying, have a Social Security distribution strategy first,
Yep.
then a retirement income plan second.
For sure. No, 100%.
So, I don't know, anything that you could think of, mistakes to avoid or anything that I missed?
I think we covered that topic pretty well. But if you think of something that we didn't answer, shoot it in the comments, and we'll try to respond to it.
We'll love that. I love that. The comments that we've had, we've been able to sit there and read them. It's helped us come up with other podcasts. Hopefully you're enjoying this. If not, give us feedback. Mike, we hate your shirt. Whatever. I don't care. So, but this is Money Matters with Mike Hill and
Casey Harding.
And just wait for us next week or next month. We're going to have some really, really entertaining podcasts. Hopefully you find these informational. We really love doing this. We love the feedback. Take care and God bless.